Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside King Arena here on the campus of Wheaton College for this presentation of Wheaton Thunder women's basketball. Tonight's matchup is between number 16, Wheaton, and the Carroll Pioneers. Thanks for joining us on WTSN. I'm Abram Erickson here with Josh Beisel, and we'll send it down to the floor here for our national anthem and the introduction of our players here just minutes ahead of tip-off. Thanks for joining us again on WTSN. Here's our PA announcer.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the evening on campus of Wheaton College for tonight's CCIW contest between the Pioneers of Carroll University and your Wheaton College Thunder. This time, we have to remember to please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Here are the starting lineups for this evening's game. First for the visiting Pioneers of Carroll University. Number 5, a 5'8" senior from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, Katie Evans. A 6'1" junior from Sussex, Wisconsin, number 15, Elizabeth Berndt. Number 20, a 5'7" sophomore from Waterford, Wisconsin, Katie Rohner. 5'2" senior from Waukesha, Wisconsin, number 21, Teresa Wixer. And number 22, a 5'9" freshman from Germantown, Wisconsin, Natalie Paulskill. The Pioneers are coached by Lindsay Schultz. Here are the starters for your Wheaton College Thunder. Number 4, a 5'8" sophomore from Victoria, Minnesota, Lily Schwen. A 5'10" senior from Wheaton North High School, number 22, Hannah Slider. A 6'1" junior from Coopersburg, Pennsylvania, number 31, Ellie Castle. Number 32, a 5'10" junior from Tustin, California, Kaylee Hermanson. And a 5'10" junior from Albert, Illinois, St. Charles North High School, number 33, Annie Tate. The Thunder is coached by Ken Madsen, assisted by Katie Cuthbert and Annie Jensler. The officials for this evening's game, Paul Novak, Keena Brown, and Dan Fisher, I'm sorry.
All right, well, welcome back inside King Arena. We're here just moments from tip-off in King Arena as we get set for this matchup between the number 16 ranked Wheaton Thunder and the Carroll Pioneers. The Thunder coming into tonight's game 8-1, sitting at 1-1 in the CCIW. Carroll, a 5-1 record, have dropped their lone game in the CCIW thus far. Starters, you just got a chance to look at them for the Thunder side. It's Swider, Castle, Hermanson, Tate, and Schwen. Again, it's Abram Erickson here with Josh Beisel on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. Looking like we've got a little bit of a delay here before we begin for tip. Looking at the starters for the Pioneers, it's Katie Evans, Elizabeth Berndt, Katie Rohner, Teresa Wixer, and Natalie Paulskill. It's going to be, looks like the jump between Ellie Castle and Elizabeth Berndt. Castle and Berndt, both 6'1" juniors. Going to tip it off here.
Administration
And it looks like we are starting this game off in a little bit of an unorthodox manner. Public address announcer just said that there was a technical foul assessed before the beginning of the game. It was a one-shot technical, and therefore we start off with a free throw in a way that I've never seen a game begin. Didn't get to see who or why that technical was assessed by the referees, but looks like we'll tip it off here. We'll still begin 0-0 at the tip. It's won by Castle, but then taken away by the Pioneers. Shot goes up, and it's in. Just like that, Katie Evans taking the lead here for the Pioneers. Swider will take it up the court against a little bit of a press. Full court defense here by the Pioneers. We'll go over to Tate, leading scorer here for the Thunder, 19.6 points to the game. And fouled there as she drives towards the baseline. It'll look like it'll be thrown in down there by Schwen. And foul looks like it's going to come against Roner. Roner and Tate, that's a matchup to watch tonight as Roner leads the Pioneers in scoring, 14.2 per game. Tate makes a cut inside the lane, has it tied up, and they say it's off the Thunder. It'll go back the other way. Pioneers ball. Carroll looking to bring it up now, and Roner will be at the point. She's guarded by Hermanson. Goes over on the wing now to Paulskill. Paulskill driving inside with the left hand. Is stopped there by Schwen. Little bounce pass. Won't connect. Down low with Barrett. Once again, we see the Pioneers pick up full court, and it's not a trap, but just a full court press here. A man-to-man press as Swider going to try to get it over to Hermanson on that left wing. Big pass across the other side, entered into the post now to Castle for her first touch of the night. Trying to spin off that right shoulder, has to kick back out to Tate. Tate inside the lane, puts one up. Inside some traffic, and it's no good. Now, up the other way, a nice block by Swider. Recovered by the Pioneers. Roner, pass down low, is kicked by Hermanson. The Pioneers will retain possession.
Story we're going to be watching all game is who can play the better defense. Carroll coming in, averaging just over 12 steals a game, and they've already shown some of that defensive intensity. It's going to prove to be a little bit of work for Wheaton to get down.
Yeah, we've seen Annie Tate thwarted on her first two drives of the night. Such a capable offensive player for the Thunder, but unable to get something going in the first couple possessions here. There was an offensive rebound off of the layup attempt, so Pioneers holding onto it as the shot clock ticks down to 10. Pump fake here by Roner, gets to the elbow, needs to get it off with 5 to go. Step back three-pointer from deep, and it's in. The shot by Wixner is good to give a 5-0 lead to the Pioneers. Swider drives it up the sideline, wants to push the ball up ahead, frees up a little bit of space and gets it to Tate, but just like that, the Carroll defense recovers. Over to Schwen now. Skip pass to Swider. Swider, three-point try of her own is no good, but the rebound underneath goes to Hermanson. The follow off the board, but just too strong. Roner blows by Hermanson and one! The layup attempt is good.
Both teams playing with a really high pace right now. It's going to be the question of which one can keep it up for longer. You can see that Wheaton's been a little surprised, it looks like, by Carroll's intensity on both ends of the floor, and it's just a question of if they can slow them down or get up to their speed.
Yeah, Carroll, a team that can score the ball, averaging 71.8 points per game. Again, behind really the force of Roner and Paulskill, both players averaging over 10 points per game, 14.2 for Roner and 11.0 for Paulskill. The free throw there is good, and that means there's an 8-0 lead. The Thunder held scoreless here in the first 2 minutes and 15 seconds of this one. We see the ball back in Swider's hands, but now we see the first trap. The Pioneer defense is swarming, and Swider's pass makes it to Tate. A bounce pass down low is blocked, but there's a foul called on Barrett. You see it on the replay here, but Josh, I think the Thunder a little lucky to escape that surprise trap there as Swider's pass took a long time getting to its target. Luckily, it wasn't picked off.
Yep, and it's just, we're seeing already Carroll's determined not to let anyone on the Wheaton side of the ball get an easy shot, especially not Tate. She's gotten swarmed when she's been down low. Castle, a nice contest from Carroll on her last shot. And yeah, that trap right before midcourt. A really impressive defense from Carroll so far.
Castle finally breaks the scoreless game for the Thunder, knocking down 2 free throws. Maybe that'll be something to spark the Thunder offense. Wixner has it outside now, and it's back up top to Paulskill. Driving to her left, inside the lane, little scoop layup, no good. The defense recovered in time, and there's Tate coming down with the rebound, trying to rip it away. Paulskill committed the foul. Look at this, a lot of energy in this Pioneers team. The Thunder looking possibly a little tired, or like you said, Josh, a little off guard, but the Pioneers quickly getting back into that trap. Castle, 15-foot jump shot, no good. Long rebound and an offensive foul going to go the other way. It looks like it's going to come against Hermanson.
That's going to be something they're going to have to keep to a minimum, especially at a team that's playing like this. They're going to get you on the fouls.
And excuse me, that was Sickink who has checked in for the Thunder, number 34, who had committed the foul there. Paulskill outside, finds a cutting Wixner inside. And now back into the corner. Roner up top, 7 on the shot clock. Step back, long 2-point try with the foot on the line, and it's no good. But hustling for the rebound is the Pioneers. Coming down with another offensive rebound. Roner back up top now to Evans. Evans, once again, using her quickness there and a clear double dribble as ball gets caught on her hip, but she blew by the defender there and has done that a couple times already in this one.
Even though that possession didn't end in a bucket for Carroll, they had some impressive ball movement, some great screens, playing a really unselfish brand of basketball already to start this off.
And that's something we see across their team. We've got players averaging 14, 11, 9, 8, 7. A lot of balanced scoring from this Pioneers team. Tate, a jump shot, no good. Her first jumper of the game. And a great box out there on the other end by number 11, Brooke Foster, who just checked in the game.
To touch on that note of passing and sharing the ball, like you said, Abe, Carroll averaging 14 assists a game, which is not a number to scoff at.
Another substitute here for Carroll has checked in. It's Olivia Rangel. She'll bring it up the floor now and quickly put up a shot. It's short off the front of the rim. Tate with the rebound. The Thunder have checked in Annika Richardson, the freshman. She's in the corner now. Sickink a drive with the right hand inside. A good finish. And there's really the first nice drive and finish of the night that we've seen from the Thunder. 5.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's 8-4. The Pioneers lead the Thunder, have come out with a lot of energy already in this one. Cutting inside, there's Paulskill, throws one up. Good defense there by Tate to stand her ground. Affected the shot enough to cause a miss on the layup attempt. Swider off of a screen, trying to find down low, but Castle is open in the corner. She'll come back up top now to Swider. Left-handed dribble, kicked out, short corner jump shot, high arcing, air ball, put up there by Richardson. A rebound by Castle, but she was tied up before she could get that shot off. Jump ball possession in favor of the Thunder. And it looks like we have our first timeout of the game called there by the Pioneers. Just a minute. Yeah, looks like a full timeout here. So 4 minutes and 54 seconds left in this first quarter. 8-4, the lead by the Pioneers. The Thunder kind of coming out on their heels a little bit after a lot of energy in the Pioneers defense, thwarting many early shot attempts for the Thunder. But you know, Josh, at least in the last couple possessions, the Thunder finally able to get something going on offense and have broken that run and now are trying to claw their way back.
Yep, Carroll really came out, and I think we could tell here from the sideline and anyone watching, Wheaton was a little caught off guard by the intensity they came out, playing full court on the first possession is a lofty goal. really impressive with how they've been executing the defense and the offensive energy as well. They've been passing well. They've been setting screens, really sharing the ball, trying to get the best look they can, really running out the shot clock as well. But Wheaton, the past few possessions, has been trying to give them a little bit of taste of their own medicine. They've been playing just with the same amount of grit and hustle. You can see Swider streaking up the court pretty much every time she has the ball. We had a nice drive from Hermanson to the basket for that really nice penetration of the defense. I hope to see that a little bit more from Wheaton as the game progresses.
They'll get a chance here to do so coming out of the timeout. Swider up now outside. Nice between the legs dribble. Frees up a little space there for Sickink, but there's just 5 on the shot clock. Stolen away. Paulskill able to take it from Tate. And then a travel there as Paulskill gets back up off of the knee. And excuse me, that's Foster there. I was also notified that that last timeout that we had was actually a media timeout, newly instituted for women's CCIW games, but was not against the Pioneers. The Thunder get the ball back after the turnover. Castle has it outside on the wing. Inside the lane now. Shot is up. The foul is called. Shot doesn't drop, but Sickink, a nice drive there, will head to the line.
It's already looking like a pattern we might see this game, as a lot of free throws. A lot of teams, both teams are playing with the intensity that results in a lot of shots being put up, but a lot of fouls also being called.
Sickink knocked down the first free throw. Team average of 68.5% from the line. And it comes down a strong rebound there off the miss by Rangel. She'll bring up the floor now. Thunder have cut the lead down to 3. Foster to Rangel. A screen there set by Barrett. Here Barrett is on the outside, guarded by Castle. Once again, shot clock running all the way down. Barrett driving inside the lane, has it tipped away. The Thunder come up with a steal of their own. And Tate will look up the floor. Tate picks up her dribble, gets it over to Swider. Pass tipped as it goes into the corner. Castle able to recover it. This Carroll defense swarming the Thunder here as the shot clock is down below 7. Bounce pass to Tate. She works baseline, puts up a shot. Nice job there using her body to create space around the hoop. The Thunder have cut the lead now to just 1. It's a 5-0 run in the last 3 minutes. Barrett gets inside and can't get the little hook to go. Thunder now with a chance to take the lead with 3 minutes left in the quarter. Halverson guarding Swider up top. Handoff there to Tate. Tate spins inside the lane, stops at the elbow, gets it down low to Sickink, who puts up a nice little shot to take the lead. Ball comes over now to Wixer. It's back to her in the corner. She's already knocked down 1 3 on the night. That one just a little long. The Thunder rebound by Richardson. Richardson gets it back and goes to Castle on the wing. Tate trying to take up some space on the block. Triple teamed there. And a pass to Castle. Inside, and the bucket is good. Foul will send her to the line for a chance at the three-point play. Castle already 2 for 2 from the free throw line. She scored the first points of the game tonight on a pair of free throws. And Josh, this is the energy that we're looking for the Thunder to come out with. They're on a 11-0 run in the last 5.5 minutes. They were down 8-0 and have now rattled off 11 straight points.
Well, and they've adjusted their game plan a little. Really just been pounding the ball down low, trying to get shots up that have a good percentage of going in as a three-pointer, first three-pointer of the game. for Carroll goes in. They've been pushing the ball down low, and it's been working for them, because if they haven't been able to put the ball in the basket, there's usually been a foul called.
Tate working to get some space down low, puts that one up through some contact, but an offensive rebound there by Schwen. Richardson, little floater is good. They'll take the lead right back off of that shot by the freshman. Roner coming off of a three-pointer on the last trip. Gets it to Rangel. Rangel stops at the elbow, loses her defender. A really nice stop and pop there.
Simple behind the back move to create some separation, and she made it count.
Richardson, a crossover, gets her to the block, and a nice little move there. Richardson, 2 buckets in a row on consecutive trips. And now these teams just trading baskets back and forth.
You love to see that confidence from Richardson, just a freshman here, getting out and getting buckets for her team.
Long skip pass to the other side. It's back up top now to Roner. Now we're under a minute left, 48 seconds to go. Three-point try is short by the Pioneers, but a rebound comes out now to Evans. They'll reset with a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Halverson on the wing, gets it up top to Roner. Roner to her left here, guarded by Schwen. Long pass to Evans. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Driving, and a travel called before the shot comes off. A turnover there. We'll give the ball back to the Thunder with 25 seconds left to go. We see Taylor Sanders, number 30, check in for the Thunder, as well as number 21, Anna Mooney. Castle and Tate going to take a seat here for the final 25 seconds of the quarter. Schwen gets it into Richardson. Goes back to Schwen now, who's going to be picked up full court by Rangel. Shot clock is turned off here for the remainder of the quarter. Sanders with 15, gets it up top to Mooney. Mooney, a bounce pass over to Sickink, and a foul there. It looks like on the reach. Paul Skill is going to get called on that one. And after 5 fouls in a quarter, the Thunder heading to the line due to the bonus. It'll be a 1-and-1. Sickink, the third leading scorer here for the Thunder, 8.2 points per game. Knocks down the first one. And the second's good as well. Pioneers will send in a sub. It's going to be Wixler, who hit a long three-pointer with the shot clock winding down. Now just 7 seconds to go in the quarter. Rangel trying to work some space. Down low to Evans. Evans throws one up off the board, and time will expire here in the quarter. At the end of the first, it's 18-13. The Thunder lead the Pioneers, and Josh, finally get to see Wheaton come out of their shell a little bit, as they were stunned in those opening minutes with the intensity of play of the Pioneers, but really rallied back for a good offensive showing in that last, particularly second part of that first quarter. We've seen Castle and Richardson and Sickink get involved. Those three able to help out after Tate has not been able to really get things going so far.
Yeah, after a strong start from Carroll, 8 unanswered points to open the game, Wheaton readjusted their game plan a little bit. Those first few possessions, they tried to get the ball to Tate. She was getting teamed pretty heavily with 2 to even 3 players down low, and so Wheaton adjusted their game plan, got the ball to some of their other scorers, and that's been working quite well for them as they hold a 5-point lead.
You mentioned earlier that free throw shooting going to be important in this one due to the physicality of the game that we've already seen, and that's proved well for the Thunder as they're 6 for 7 from the line in this one. 7 of their 18 points coming off of free throws. They're in the bonus there for just that final possession. And, you know, here in CCIW women's games, it's 5 fouls and in the bonus in a quarter, something that can really rack up fast if you're not careful. Could likely play a role in the rest of this game as we get set to start the second. Good block there by Mooney. And Mooney going to push ahead now to Swider. Swider, jump shot, And her shot is good. Swider. That shooting stroke we're so used to seeing here, finding the bottom of the net for the first time tonight. Into the corner, it's Wixer. Pass down low, and an offensive foul called against Barrett.
A great little series to start the opening of the second quarter. We saw Rangel looked like she was trying to get a foul drawn as she took that first shot. Didn't turn into anything, and it turned into a bucket at the other end for the Thunder. We'd love to see them keep making those plays.
Will be inbounded now by Schwen. Saw Swider take it up the floor most of the first quarter, and looks like that'll be no different here. Blowing by the defender and getting some space. Kicked ball. Violation there against Barrington. When a press can be successful is when you force the ball carrier, the ball handler, excuse me, to take some extra time getting up the field. Court. And I'm getting my sports mixed up here as Swider puts one in.
Great finish. Great finish.
Yeah, and it's going to be great to see her open things up a little bit. She had a little bit of a difficult start to the game, just not able to get many shots off in that press, taking up a lot of her energy just getting the ball up the court. But now, 2 possessions in a row, she's scored, heading to the line for a chance to get her 5th point. Swider's been an integral part of this Thunder team for the last 3 years now. And a 10-point lead now for the Thunder, 23-13. Halverson up top now. It's over to Foster. Foster looking for someone to go to, finds Wixer here on the near side. Up top to Halverson. Drives inside the lane. A left-handed shot is good, weaving her way through defenders to get that one to go. Swider picks up her dribble early, but is able to find Sicking. Puts up a shot inside the key, and after a couple bounces, that one drops. And Sicking has been a nice surprise in this one early, taking some of the scoring load away from some of the other Thunder players. 3-point try there by Foster is no good. Too long off the board, and a nice rebound there, tracked down by Sanders. An errant pass there by Schwen, going to be taken away by Rangel. She'll work up the court. Swider has a tip on it, is going to hold it there and force a jump ball. It's going to go the other way, cause a turnover. Nice job, active hands by Swider to force the steal.
I think we're going to see that kind of sequence as the game continues to progress. When you're playing at this level of pace, it can be easy to start losing a handle on the ball, to have some passes that maybe are a little overambitious. I'm thinking we might see a few more turnovers as this game continues.
Yeah, we already see 6 turnovers now for Carroll as Tate pulls a deep 3-pointer, and it's good. Annie Tate finally getting one to go after multiple shot attempts. And we have another media timeout here as we start getting into past 2 minutes of each quarter. We're going to take one of those here, but yeah, that's going to put a little bit of a stop to a run here that Wheaton's had. They've extended their lead now up to 13 points, as really that's put them on a 28-7 run after trailing 8-0 early in this one. So couldn't really ask for more for the Thunder to come back really with a vengeance after a tough first couple minutes of this one.
Yep, the team that started the first few minutes of the game looks a little bit different than the one we're seeing right now. Certainly can't complain about that here at King Arena. Hoping they're going to be able to keep up that intensity, keep the foot on the gas, don't give them any room.
Yeah, we've seen the Thunder pick it up on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball. Swider chipping in for a steal just a moment ago. Tate's got a steal of her own. Swider also picked up a block a couple possessions ago, and really ratcheting up the intensity on both sides of the ball is going to be key to keeping this Carroll team in check. Again, we mentioned that they score a lot of points, 72 per game. Certainly not on track for that now due to some nice Thunder defense. Wixer into the corner. Here's Halverson. Halverson working inside, gets a nice pass down low, and some good action there on the block. Thompson the one to score. Swider behind the back, dribble gets her some space. It goes over to Sanders. Sanders outside to Tate for the open three off the back of the rim. And a long rebound comes out there. Swider going to be called for a foul. She just kind of invades the space of Halverson there. We can see Schwen check out of the game, and Caroline Sickink's going to come back in. Right now, leading scorer tonight is Ellie Castle with 7 points, and we haven't seen her in a while, as she was the one who really started things off for the Thunder. First 6 straight points. Now a turnover on the other side as Roner steps out of bounds on the pass.
We're already seeing a little bit of weariness on both teams here, as that was a pretty costly turnover on just a foot out of bounds. Just came up for a little too high for the pass. Pass probably came in just a little too hot. And that's what you're really hoping to avoid when you're playing with this pace, is not going so hard as to turn the ball over.
It's the balance here for both teams, as both have been working substitutes in throughout. Step back three-pointer no good by Swider. And again, Wixer wants to push it up the floor. Gets it up to Halverson. Halverson, a skip pass over to the wing for Roner. Roner with 6 points leads her team. 1 3-pointer, and then an and one. Just helped her reach that 6-point total. Nice screen, gets a freak shot open for Evans off of a curl cut, but just off the side of the rim. The Thunder escape with one there.
And that rebound from Sanders is her second really impressive one. She had one earlier against Barron, who we can see is just a bit taller than her. And those are the kind of plays that are not going to necessarily pop out on the stat sheet, but they're going to make or break a game. Not giving up on rebounds, even against people who are bigger than you, not giving up on that ball, as we saw Swider in a possession earlier, willing to hit the floor to retain possession. And I hope to see that energy as this game continues. That's going to be a difference maker for this team here.
Tate working inside the lane, kicks it out. It's back up top now to Sickink. 4 seconds left. Castle, long two with a foot on the line. It's short. Castle has checked back in now for the first time in a while as Roner looks to push it up the floor. Here's Rangel, guarded by Swider. Coming up on halfway through the second quarter, 28-17, the Thunder lead. Shot is put up by Thompson. Roner flies in to get the rebound. Tries to put up a shot of her own, but is in the trees down there underneath Tate and Castle. Here's Tate at the top of the key. Outside now to Schwen. Schwen, a nice pass down low to Sickink. Sickink, turnaround jump shot. No good there. And a foul called against Tate as Tate forces Halverson out of bounds. I think you see it on the replay there, just a little bit of a hip check. And Josh, you made a good point a moment ago. I think that hustle plays like we saw from Taylor Sandos are very important to any game, but especially when you can get those from the players that you bring in off the bench. That's exactly what you're looking for some of those 6th, 7th, 8th players that you've brought in. And that's exactly what Sanders has been tonight. Sickink, another one who wasn't a starter but has already made a big impact in this one. And when Coach Madsen can rely on his bench to get some of those hustle plays, something that's going to bode well for the team throughout the game.
Nice contest there by Castle.
Another rebound comes out to Roner. Roner fouled and gets another layup to go. Her second and one opportunity of the night. This one, just nice job putting it high off the glass. Really, that's an area where the Thunder have continued to struggle, is limiting the offensive rebounds that Carroll has had. They've got 8 offensive rebounds already in this one, not even to halftime, and that's certainly not a number that a coach is going to be happy about when looking at the stat sheet at halftime.
Well, and if you look at the season statistics, that's not necessarily the narrative you've expected, as Wheaton is actually averaging just over 10 rebounds a game more than Carroll, but Carroll's really shown a lot of intensity on the boards tonight.
Roner driving. Foul called, another one on Tate, and that's going to be costly. We'll get a chance to see here. That's either her second or her third. Her second foul, as she got one just a moment ago. And that puts the Thunder up to 4 fouls. Remember, it's 5 for the bonus. Evans over to Rangel. Rangel up top now gets Evans for a wide open 3 off the side of the rim. Neither team having much success shooting it from deep. The Thunder just 1 for 4. The Pioneers 2 for 6 on shots behind the arc. Swider will try another one though. That one just short. Roner comes down with the rebound. Roner has it tipped away momentarily there by Sickink. Rangel. Foul going to be called here on the screen. It looks like it's going to be against Tate. So that's, excuse me, that's on Sickink. That's better for the Thunder here as Tate avoids picking up that 3rd foul here before halftime. Evans no good on the first free throw. Second will miss as well. Richardson comes down with the rebound. And a travel there called by Sickink, or on Sickink, excuse me, is just picked up that pivot foot before the ball got down on the dribble. She'll be checked out for number 10, Zoe Nordling. Three minutes and 35 seconds left here in this first half. The Thunder holding on to a 28-20 lead, but it's a 5-0 run by the Pioneers as they turn the ball over there. Schwen pushing it up the court. Richardson trying to get a pass to Nordling, excuse me, who was wide open, but it's blocked and will start a drive the other way. Layup no good, but tipped back out. Evans, 3-point try, rattles out as Castle comes down with the rebound. Nordling over to Castle. Castle works inside, pump fake, fakes 2 defenders, but can't follow up. Slowing down a little bit after 3 trips back and forth at a relentless pace. Richardson's defense there holds off the Evans shot, and now Nordling, who's made a couple runs and has been open a lot since she's gotten in, gets that one in before passing it back off to Castle. Nordling gets it back, running around the top of the key, and an illegal screen set by Castle.
These past few possessions, Wheaton has had a little more trouble getting shots off on the offensive end. Carroll's made a bit of a defensive adjustment. They've been leaving someone down low, kind of patrolling the paint, almost daring Wheaton to start shooting from farther away. And Swider's had a few shots up, but Wheaton's still trying to make it work down low. We'll see if they adjust their game plan to meet that defense from Carroll.
Roner, a little step-through move, no good. And Nordling comes down with the rebound. Taking up the sideline, a pass down low to Richardson. Ball's deflected up off the backboard. And now it's a 2-on-2. Evans blocked by Castle. Ball comes down. And Barrett able to pick it up before it's tipped away by Nordling again. Finally, a little control is gained here by the Pioneers after a frantic couple seconds.
Those are the kind of sequences you start expecting to see in a game that's being played this fast.
And Nordling going to slow things down just a little bit. Timeout called by Coach Madsen, and I think that's a good time to call a timeout there, as both teams really just working at breakneck pace there over the last 2 or 3 minutes of this quarter. And I think, like you said earlier, Josh, we're starting to see a point where that's becoming destructive to both teams. A lot of turnovers in the last couple of sequences and just not taking care of the ball, which is something that can happen when you're more focused on just running up and down the court at full speed.
Yeah, and I'm guessing we're not going to see much of a change in that in this last minute and 25 here. With just under 90 seconds left, it might be something to, you tell your players, hey, just keep doing what you're doing. But it'll be interesting to see if we see any adjustment in pacing after halftime, after they have a chance to rest their legs a bit, rehydrate. We might see a completely different game, especially from Carroll as they look to retake their lead that they last had in the first quarter.
I think really forcing this high-pressure, fast-paced game is probably, or has been at least, part of Carroll's game plan coming into this one, wanting to pick up the press right at the beginning of the game. I'm sure they're hoping to throw Wheaton off as they did in those first couple minutes. The Thunder have since adjusted. Question is, will the Pioneers adjust to meet that? As Swider has it tipped back to the other side of the floor. She'll pick it up with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Schwen works inside. Richardson pulls off a three-pointer, and the high-arcing shot drops through.
What a first half from Annika Richardson.
7 points now, ties her for leading scorer alongside Castle and Sickink. Great job by the freshman. Barrett down low, a skip pass goes to the other side. It's rotated now into the corner with Rangel. Rangel, crossover. Schwen stays right in front of her. Nice double team by Nordling. Forces a jump ball. And that's good hustle from the Thunder. It'll stay with the Pioneers, but still the Thunder forcing a frenzy here on defense.
And it can be easy when you're looking up at the scoreboard, seeing a double-digit lead, to give up a little bit on some of those hustle plays, but we haven't seen the Thunder do that once. They've been putting their foot on the gas pedal every chance they've got and making life really hard for Carroll right now.
Shot clock going to go off there. There was just seconds left after the jump ball. Carroll not quite aware enough of how much time was left on the clock. So even though the shot dropped, it will not count. Clock turned off for this possession, though, as the Thunder have a chance to hold for the final shot of the half if they would like. Barrett's going to be called on the foul for reaching over the back of Castle. And just the fourth foul of the quarter for the Pioneers, so the Thunder not sent to the line quite yet. If another one's committed in the next 15 seconds, though, they've got a chance to end the half off from the free throw line. Castle hands off now to Nordling. Nordling stops and kicks it out. Now 7 seconds left to go. Nordling inside, can't get it to go, but has a shot at her own rebound, has it in the corner. Castle's got to put one up, and it will fall short as time expires here at the end of the first half. So the Thunder claw back after an early deficit to take the lead 31-20 here at the end of 2 quarters. And Josh, I think we could be about as happy, or we should be as happy as we can, with the way that they responded to going down 8-0. Certainly not something I think the Thunder expected after, an undefeated season just snapped just days ago for the first time. The Thunder ranked number 16 in the country, of course coming in with the advantage tonight, and they're starting to look like the team that we're expecting here.
Yep, they've played really impressively, especially in that second half. But something going in where I think they were expecting this to be a battle. Carroll has held their own through their schedule thus far, only dropping their most recent game to Illinois Wesleyan. And they came out with that aggression, hoping to knock off a seeded team, but we've seen Wheaton, after making some initial adjustments after that 8-0 run, they've been able to hold their own here as we enter halftime with Wheaton up 11 points.
Thanks again for joining us on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Join us in about 10 minutes when we come back for the second half of this women's basketball action. Thanks for joining us on WTSN.
Hello, my name's Priscilla, and I'm an applied health science major from Portland, Oregon. Thanks for joining our tour today.
And I'm Blake. I'm a history and communication major from Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome to Wheaton. Let's get started. Established in 1860, Wheaton College is guided by its original mission for Christ and His kingdom, a mission to educate the whole person and prepare you to make the difference God is calling you to make. Our 2,400 undergraduate students come from all 50 states and over 70 countries to make Wheaton College their home for the next 4 years.
We're located in Wheaton, Illinois. Campus is only a short walk from a downtown area filled with coffee shops, parks, and restaurants. We're also next to a train stop that will take you directly into downtown Chicago. There, our students can access the arts, culture, internships, and job opportunities that the nation's third largest city provides. Also, your Wheaton student ID gets you free access to the Art Institute of Chicago, one of the largest art museums in the United States.
Our first stop is Blanchard Hall, the oldest and most iconic building on campus. Blanchard was built in 4 separate sections, beginning in 1853 and completed in 1927. It currently houses several academic departments and administrative offices. Since our founding, Wheaton has only had 8 presidents, starting with Jonathan Blanchard, a known abolitionist and believer in quality education for all. Our current president, Dr. Philip Wheaton, began his term in 2010, and the students are big fans of his. He regularly captains intramural teams, invites students over to his house for game nights, and if you ever need to find him, check the basketball courts around 6 a.m. He'll probably be playing his regularly scheduled pickup game in the Krauser Sports Complex.
Also featured in Blanchard Hall is our Missions Wall, a celebration of alumni who have gone on to serve in cross-cultural missions. Hundreds of names and decades of service around the world. Wheaton's commitment to academic excellence, the liberal arts, and education of the whole person will prepare you for whatever and wherever God is calling you, from the mission field to the boardroom.
We have over 50 majors, certificate programs, and accelerated master's programs. Our student-to-faculty ratio is about 10-to-1, and our average class size is about 23 students, which means you'll definitely get to know your professors. What's even better is that they will actually be intentional about getting to know you outside of the classroom, whether it be through office hours, meals in the dining hall, or even inviting students over to their homes for dinner. Few things make me happier than a home-cooked meal.
Wheaton values experiential learning for all students. We offer extensive study abroad opportunities through our Office of Global Programs and Studies. There are over 70 semester and summer programs. This next year, I'll be studying abroad through our Human Needs and Global Resources program, what we call Hunger. Hunger is an academic certificate program unique to Wheaton. It can be added to any major and includes on-campus coursework as well as a 6-month internship abroad, where you integrate your area of study with cross-cultural research and service.
Our next stop is Edmond Chapel. 3 times a week, students gather here for prayer and worship. Now I gotta be honest, having chapel 3 times a week seemed a little intimidating, but our chaplain's office does an incredible job at making chapel an engaging and enriching experience. We have diverse speakers from all over the world come to teach, as well as members from our own faculty, staff, and even student body. Chapel bands and student ensembles from our conservatory lead us in worship as well. Chapel is central to our mission because it refocuses our hearts and minds on God and on what Jesus is doing both in our lives and throughout the world. This large space also hosts concerts by Wheaton ensembles, guest artists, the annual talent show, and other student events run by our college union.
Armitage Center for Music and the Arts houses our Conservatory of Music. The conservatory provides professional training in music performance, music education, composition, and more with world-class faculty. Armitage was completely renovated in 2017 for our conservatory, with a recital hall, 2 recording studios, a digital keyboard lab, faculty studios, practice rooms, and more, all specifically designed with musical acoustics in mind. A new 650-seat concert hall and a large choral rehearsal room opened in August 2020, completing the 2nd stage of renovation. Dr. Michael Wilder, our Dean of the Conservatory, Arts, and Communication, frequently reminds us of the biblical importance of music and worship. Even if you're not a music major, you can participate in one of our many ensembles or take private lessons, and you can add a certificate in worship arts to any major. Coming to college to study the sciences, I didn't know if I'd be able to stay involved in music, but quickly found musical outlets in gospel choir and our co-ed a cappella group, Amplify A Cappella. Even with ensembles I'm not involved in, There are plenty of opportunities to enjoy campus concerts and performances each semester.
Krauser Sports Complex is home to 21 NCAA Division III intercollegiate teams, who combined have won over 40 conference championships in the last 10 years. We also have 7 club sports teams and many student-led intramurals, including sand volleyball, inner tube water polo, and more. 80% of the student body is involved in the activities offered through the Krauser Sports Complex. So Krauser plays a big part in student life at Wheaton. It has practice gyms, a rock climbing wall, a fully equipped weight room, and a dance studio featuring group fitness classes. Also housed in Krauser is a 25-meter pool and King Arena, used by our varsity volleyball, wrestling, and basketball teams. Our varsity men's basketball team made a Division III Final Four appearance in 2019. Across campus, you will see McCulley Stadium, home to the Wheaton Thunder football team, who advanced to the Division III quarterfinals in 2019. And next to that is Joe Bean Stadium, home to our men's and women's soccer teams. Let's go Thunder! Wheaton is a residential campus, and 90% of our students live on campus all 4 years, whether in residence halls, apartments, or houses. If you're an incoming freshman, you'll be living in one of our 2 underclassmen residence halls, Fisher Hall or Smith-Traber Hall.
With 75% of our students coming from outside of Illinois, we aren't a school where students go home on the weekends. Instead, students invest in making Wheaton their home, and residence life is a prime example of how living in community is central to our lives as Christians and central to daily life at Wheaton. Dedicated residence life staff supports students mentally, physically, and spiritually. Student residence assistants on each floor plan events and community building opportunities, like the annual Oktoberfest, a contest specific to Smith-Traber Hall, where floors prepare and offer immersive, themed tours.
But if you ask me, I had way more fun at the Fisher Dodgeball Tournament.
However, I think we can all agree that Smith-Traber is clearly the superior residence hall.
That's hilarious. Even the visitors watching know that Fisher is obviously better.
Our next stop is Meyer Science Center. Rising from the rocks to the stars, with geology and environmental science on the lower level, and moving up to our observatory at the top, this structure is built on a grounded passion for learning through and from God's creation. Wheaton's commitment to the integration of faith and learning continues strongly through our study of the sciences. At Wheaton, we believe that all truth is God's truth, so the study of God's created order is both an academic and a spiritual pursuit. Almost all professors have their own labs where undergrad students conduct research alongside them. We offer rigorous preparation for pre-health tracks through our dedicated health professions office. As an applied health science major on the pre-nursing track, my hands-on learning experiences here have profoundly shaped my passion for the sciences. Getting to learn in the cadaver lab only deepened the way that I understand and engage my faith in relation to our physical embodiment. Meyer is also home to Perry the Mastodon, one of the most complete mastodon skeletons in North America. Found in nearby Glen Ellen in 1963, Perry was excavated by Wheaton geology students and now has inspired our Thunder mascot, Tor.
Beamer Student Center was named after Todd M. Beamer, a 1991 Wheaton alum who lost his life on Flight 93 during the 9/11 attacks. His famous words, "Let's roll," have become a motto to us here at Wheaton. Lower level Beamer, or low beams as we like to call it, is where you'll find study spaces, Sam's Coffee Shop, the Stoop Grill where you can grab some burgers and fries, a game room, the college post office, and the chaplain's office. Beamer also houses many of our student engagement offices, such as the Student Activities, the Office of Christian Outreach, the Office of Multicultural Development, and International Student Programs. Not to mention more than 75 student-initiated clubs and student-led groups. Low Beams is a pretty busy place. Each office has its own staff committed to student growth and resources for learning outside the classroom and having fun outside the classroom. But one of my all-time favorite spots in Low Beams is Gold Star Chapel, a small prayer chapel that's perfect for quiet devotional times. It's named Gold Star for the 39 Wheaton College students who gave their lives during World War II.
Beamer Student Center also houses Anderson Commons, our main dining hall served by Bon Appetit. We've been consistently ranked among the top in the nation for our food, and Bon Appetit is committed to preparing locally sourced meals in their scratch kitchen. The dining hall is a great place to meet friends old and new, enjoy a meal with one of your professors, and delve even deeper into the campus community.
Right across from Beamer is our bookstore and the Center for Vocation and Career, or the CVC. The CVC prepares you to take your Wheaton education out into the world. With dedicated career coaches assigned to specific majors, they will provide plenty of opportunities for growth throughout your 4 years here. Offering more than just the traditional resume and interview help, the CVC helps you figure out who you are, what strengths you bring, and where God is calling you through a curriculum of self-reflection, career exploration, and a commitment to internships. They also help networking and introducing students to employers. Wheaton has an extensive and international network of alumni who love to connect with and offer opportunities to current students.
At Wheaton, you don't have to settle. Wheaton gives you an opportunity to become the person God is calling you to be and prepares you to make the difference God is calling you to make for Christ and His kingdom.
Thank you for joining our tour today. Know that the admissions office and many more on this campus are praying for you, praying that the Lord would direct your next steps and guide your college decision. We would love to connect with you further. Contact the admissions office to meet your admissions counselor, get your questions answered, and to set up your next visit. We look forward to meeting you. See you soon.
We are here with the third quarter already underway here. 20 seconds in. The Thunder on their first possession of the quarter will finish it off with a nice layup there from Emily Schwen to extend their lead 33-20. Once again, thanks for being with us here this evening on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. Thanks for coming back here for this second half action in the Wheaton Thunder versus Carroll Pioneers matchup here. A missed shot there by Barrett will turn it the other way. The Thunder looking to push ahead and extend that lead. They led by 11 at half. They're up now by 13 as that one's tipped away and turned over. Barrett going to be called for the offensive foul there as she sticks out the arm, gives a little bit of a shove. So didn't quite catch it there on the replay, but 2 turnovers quickly here by Carroll. And just like that, Barrett will be subbed out. That's her third foul that she picked up here just a minute into this third quarter. Once again, I'm Abram Erickson here with Josh Beisel, picking up commentary of this Wheaton Thunder women's basketball matchup as that one's taken away by Roner. Tate had that one stripped away but provided some nice defense to force the miss on the layup there. Tate now has some free space in front of her. Hermanson, scoop layup inside the lane is no good, but she'll get her own rebound and kick out to Swider. And that one bouncing over the top of the backboard will go back to the Pioneers.
Well, the question we had going into halftime was if the pacing was going to change at all as we went into the second half. And so far it looks like we're not seeing much of a change. Both teams still playing pretty fast.
And just like that, another foul, another 3-point play opportunity this time for the Pioneers. It's Natalie Paulskill who gets the layup to go and will head to the line for one more. Paulskill only 3 points in the first half, knocked down a three-pointer for her only bucket of the game, but puts the layup in and then the free throw to double her score. She's now up to 6 and has cut the lead to 10. Nice job by the Thunder there to break the trap. Used a couple crisp passes to get that one across midcourt. Swider steps inside, puts up a shot. Castle comes down with the rebound, and it'll fall. The follow is good with the foul.
And that right there is the hustle that we've been seeing all game from the Wheaton players. Castle, one of them, who's really been putting in the work. Nice offensive rebound. Put it right back up. Add the foul on there, too.
Castle, leading scorer of tonight's game, a chance to push it into double digits here. And she will with that free throw. 10 points on the night. She leads all scorers. Roner has 9 on the other side. She was just checked out for the Pioneers. So it's Rangel who brings it up the floor for Carroll. Thompson puts up a jump shot from inside the lane. Rebound comes out to the Thunder momentarily, but Thompson able to pounce on it quickly after to force a jump ball. Rangel will throw it in as the possession stays with the Thunder. Into the corner now. Wixer gets it up to Hallskill. And the basket drops. It hangs on the rim. Look at this on the replay, how long that one stayed up there. Oh my goodness, dropping through for the third straight and one of the last couple possessions. And Paulskill will put that one through. And we see the Pioneers starting with the trap here in this one as it's a good pass by Sickink, but there Hermanson throws that one away. Little give and go, gives it to Evans. Evans no good there on the follow. Another jump ball, but this one will have it remain Wheaton's ball. Swider will throw in. Seen a little trouble here from the trap. Sickink gets it to Swider, who carries it across half court. Inside the lane, little floater is just short, but Tate gets inside. Another jump ball is called, and it looks like we do have a Carroll player who's been a little bit shaken up, but with 7 minutes and 18 seconds to go in this third quarter, the Thunder are hanging on to a 10-point lead, but these teams really trading punches here at the start of the second half.
Yeah, we're seeing a real ability from both teams to finish through contact. Really impressive to be just 3 minutes into this third quarter and already see 3 and 1s. And that might be something to keep an eye on as the game progresses. Carroll really showing still that they've got a spark left in them, even though they are still down by 10 points. They're still fighting really hard. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of this game plays out. Another thing to keep an eye on is fouls. We have one Wheaton player now at 3, a few others at 2. Same story with Carroll. There's been lots of fouls this game. The bonus could become a real factor in these next 2 quarters, Abe.
Yeah, we're going to resume play here. It was Natalie Paulskill who went down on that last play. She has left the floor. Hopefully she's okay, as now Wixer has it at the top of the key. Evans up top to Roner. Roner will skip a pass into the corner. Wixer able to hang on to it. Shot clock is ticking down, but Roner inside for a nice layup. And that's one thing. Both of these teams having to really get most of their points here around the basket. Either that or from the free throw line, as neither team really shooting the ball particularly well. Just 27% from the field for Carroll. Wheaton at 38%, not that much better. Love to see those numbers up near the 50% mark. As Tate puts in a 3 from the corner. Annie Tate, her second three-pointer of the night. getting her up to 8 points and bringing that Thunder lead up now to 11. Roner puts up a floater. That one no good. Good defense there by the Thunder. Hermanson with the rebound. It's up top to Swider. Swider calls out the play here. It gets to Sinking on the wing. Behind the back dribble, frees up some space. A pass down low to Castle, but she's swarmed by 2 Pioneer players. Hermanson able to take it out of the scrum, and now Tate has it up top. Ball fake, kicks out. 2-point try by Castle is no good, and a nice box out ensures the rebound for the Pioneers. Rangel gets her way past Sickink and is fouled there by Swider. And she'll head to the line for 2 shots.
Something we've seen a little bit more of as we are looking now with just over 5.5 minutes left in this third quarter. Both Roner from Carroll and Tate from Wheaton have both got their hands on the ball a little bit more. Been heating up a little bit. It'll be interesting to see if both of them can show that scoring prowess that they've shown for both of their respective teams this season in the rest of this game.
Yeah, we've seen Roner leading the way for her team, and Tate not far behind with 8 points. Hermanson, a little step back move off one leg there, but not enough on the shot to get it up over the front of the rim. Halverson takes it all the way to the baseline, and Wixer thought about the 3-pointer for a second, but gave that one off. Rangel now kicking out to Halverson for a deep 3-point try, no good, and a rebound there by Castle. Into the corner, short jump shot is good there for Kaylee Hermanson. (41-29) the lead. And that shot no good for the Pioneers. The Thunder holding on to a 12-point lead. Now a chance to extend to the largest lead of the game on this possession if they score here. Tate works down low, is double teamed, puts up a shot, doesn't get that one to go, and wanted a little bit of contact there. Rangel gets to the block, puts up a nice move, getting Sickink off her feet. Hermanson has that one tipped away. We get a timeout here. Again, that'll be a media timeout. It looked like there were a bunch of substitutes on the sideline, though, getting ready to come in. Both teams showing a little bit of signs of fatigue, I think, in those last couple possessions. Getting a little sloppier, kind of what we started to see at the end of the second half there.
Yeah, and another thing worth noting, Wheaton has not been shy about taking a high percentage or an open look when they've got the chance, no matter what the shot clock reads. We've seen Carroll be really unselfish with the ball, but there's been a few times where it's caused the offense to stagnate just a little bit as they found themselves under 10 seconds left in the shot clock, and as that clock is winding down, feeling that pressure to put up a shot often isn't a shot that is necessarily the best look, but that's something we saw in that last possession. Carroll had a nice layup, just a quick drive inside right off of the beginning of their possession, worked out for them. I'm thinking we might see a little bit more aggression at the beginning of the shot clock from Carroll as they aim to gnaw away at the Wheaton lead just a little bit here.
That shot clock has affected many more of the possessions of Carroll than it has for the Thunder, and there have been times where that's been a negative here. Swider streaking around a nice screen set by Castle, gets right to the hoop and puts that one up. Roner, a pass inside, and there's Barrett able to put that one in, really just using the height there. A good pass over the top to feed the post.
That was a great pass, playing to Carroll's strengths. Something I might think we might be seeing a little bit more of is using the posts as this game continues.
Tate inside the lane. Gets that one to go off the glass. Great move there by Annie Tate. And it's interesting how this game started out as a game played largely in the post. Ellie Castle having 6 of the Thunder's first 8 points. And it's slowly more and more turned into a little bit more focused on guard play. Not surprising due to strong guards on each side, but of course Castle and Barrett also very capable down low. Oh, and that one taken right away. Sickink had no clue that Roner was behind her. Pass up to Barrett. Layup is no good though. Too long. And Sickink will bring it up the floor with 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Driving inside the lane. She's met there by Barrett, and a clear foul on the shot. Will send her to the line for 2. That's Barrett's 4th foul. He's the first player to reach 4 in this one. Lily Schwen has 3 for the Thunder. Other than that, no one up to 3 fouls. Quick moment to take a look at the game that's taking place at Carroll right now between the men's teams. The Thunder lead Carroll 67-38, or excuse me, 69-41, with 10 minutes and 52 seconds left to go in that game over there. As both Thunder teams can hang on. Love to see a win, picking up conference victories for both teams here. It's both currently just 1 loss in the conference. The Thunder lead at 14 points. It's the largest it's been all night. 3-point try, no good there from Foster. And a rebound by the Thunder as Sickink looks to push it up. Sickink inside the lane, kicks out to Sanders. Thought about the shot, but gets it up to Tate at the top of the key. Tate has it stripped away, but it goes through the legs of Rangel, and Nordling will try to send a pass along the baseline, but there's too much to handle there for Sickink in the corner. One minute and 45 seconds left in the quarter. 47-33, the Thunder lead. The Pioneers trying to limit this lead, but the Thunder just continue to stretch it out little by little. Good move, got her inside the lane, but Richardson, a nice job of taking that one away, getting to see Annika Richardson back on the court here after a very strong showing in the first half. Tate gives it up to her at the top of the key. She'll send it over to Sickink, who gets inside the lane, puts up a shot with the right hand that's no good. Tate flying in to get the rebound, working down low, and puts the shot up, but is thwarted there by Thompson. Thompson, tallest player on the court tonight, 6'4". He's able to use the length there to stop Tate, and on the other end, Rangel gets inside the lane and scores. So a timeout called by Carroll here with 59 seconds left to go in the quarter. 47-35, the Thunder lead by 2. And we now take a look and see that Annie Tate has caught up with Ellie Castle. Both have 10 points on the night. Roner taking over as the leading scorer with 11 for her side, but great to see Annie Tate getting more and more a part of that offense, as we know she is so likely to do. Such a strong scorer after a little bit of a slow start, is really working in there and looking like she's playing true to form tonight.
Yeah, not only do we have Tate really making a difference as this game continues, something I just noticed, Wheaton tonight shooting 90% from the free throw line, Carroll shooting 55%. And in a game with as many fouls as we've seen, that is a really big difference maker. Carroll's going to need to put a few more free throws in the basket if they want to get this lead down anymore.
Nordling up the floor, gets it to Tate. Had just a glimmer of free space, decides not to take a shot. It's handed off to Sanders at the top of the key. Tate gets inside, Kicks out to Hermanson. Hermanson's three, in and out. Rebounded there by Thompson. Less than a second difference between the game clock and the shot clock here as Wrangell brings it down. Carroll can hold on for that last shot if they like, and it looks like that's what their coach is motioning them to do from the sideline, but we'll see here as it gets entered into Thompson down low. Into the corner to Wrangell with 10 left. Wrangell has it on the right wing, guarded by Hermanson. Crosses over inside the lane, kicks it out to the corner. One more pass, gets it to Wixer from the top, and it's no good. Her long three-point try, just short. And so after 3 quarters, the Thunder lead 47-35. Able to hold on to this lead that they've held since late in the first quarter. And they've extended it even to their largest point of 14, but sitting comfortably at 12 here as they head into the final quarter.
We're continuing to see a lot of that strong guard play, especially from Wheaton, the lineup they just had out. Didn't really have a traditional post player on the floor. We're running more of a small ball kind of lineup, and it really was working for them. They were moving the ball around, especially when Carroll has shown a tendency to really like to run with a lineup with a traditional taller, bigger post player. Wheaton's really been able to work around that with the speed. Swider's had a couple really nice baskets just by cutting to the rim faster than the defender, has been able to keep up with her. We've seen that from a few other Wheaton players as well, and that's proven to be a big difference maker.
Yeah, and the Thunder able to do that all without Lily Schwen for much of this second half, as she's been in a little bit of foul trouble here. She picked up 3 there in the first half. We haven't seen her much here in this second half. Of course, she's such an important player for this team, but the Thunder doing well to fill in the gaps here, and it looks like we'll start off the fourth quarter with a team of Swider, Nordling, Sanders, Hermanson, and Richardson for the Thunder. Quick foul right off the bat called there against Thompson. And Swider going to be the one to hold on to the ball now. Puts up a quick three-point try, short off the front of the rim, but rebounded by Richardson. Hermanson, a skip pass all the way to the other side of the floor. Sanders' shot is no good, but Swider picks up an offensive rebound. Richardson, a pass down low into Nordling. Great find by the freshman. Leads to a basket there for Nordling.
Impressive possession by the Thunder there. A few offensive rebounds, some unselfish passing. Turns it into a basket on a nice pass from Richardson.
And a foul on the other end as well, as we see Natalie Paulskill back in the game, and it's good to see her back out here. She went down early in that third quarter, was helped off the floor, but we see her back out there now, and looks like moving just as quickly as before. Nice drive to the basket, results in 2 shots. First one no good here as we turn to look at the offensive rebounding numbers. We talked about them early in this game and how the Pioneers were really beating the Thunder on the offensive boards, and that was causing some early troubles, but the Thunder have worked their way back now. Both teams with 10 offensive rebounds on the night. The Thunder working hard on that side of the ball. Swider picks up a dribble up top. Hermanson has it here on the wing. Loses control momentarily, but picks it back up. Trying to find someone there in the corner. One more pass, gets it open to Nordling. Nordling inside the lane, will kick back to Hermanson. 3-point try, no good, and rebounded by the Pioneers. Paulskill rushing it up the floor. Evans had a wide open look, but opted to head inside the lane for a shorter jump shot that couldn't go. Nordling going to step back. Thunder calling out a set play here. Nordling getting to the hoop and getting past Thompson. And just a nice drive there by Nordling off the ball screen. Evans guarded by Swider, goes over to Roner. Back up top to Paulskill. Handoff there, gets Paulskill inside the lane, spins back out, pivoting, gets it to Wixer. Three-pointer for Wixer, no good. Rebounded by Richardson. 7 minutes and 45 seconds left in this game. It's a 15-point lead for the Thunder, their largest of the game so far. Nordling gets inside, finds Richardson, who's wide open for the jumper. It's off the rim, but brought down by Sanders, who's fouled. Looks like the Thunder will hold on to possession.
Another really impressive hustle play from Sanders, building off of those earlier plays in the first half. Those two really nice rebounds that you chased down.
Swider gets it up to Sanders at the elbow. Sanders trying to refeed it to Swider down low, but good defense there by Paulskill. Here's Swider outside. Three-point try is short. And the Thunder's shooting woes from behind the arc continue. Just 3 for 12 now on the night. Nordling zooming over, trying to tie up that ball, instead committing the foul against Rangel. Both teams now committed 2 fouls so far in the fourth quarter. Still 7 minutes left to go. Good chance here that one of these teams, or both, will end up in the bonus, just from the physical play that we've seen throughout the night. Nice job by Foster there to get to the lane and drop in a layup. Swider, a bounce pass over to Hermanson. Pass into the corner now to Sanders. Sanders has it, dribbles it up towards the top of the key. Nordling, who showed some quality minutes already, picks up her dribble and sends a pass over to Richardson. Hermanson's in the corner. Nordling flashes to the block. Great pass on the other side. That leaves Sanders with the wide open shot. Nice job there by Nordling. He's already picked up 4 points, a couple rebounds, and assist. Some great play off the bench here for Coach Madsen. Rangel trying to go against Hermanson, goes out to the corner to Paulskill. Paulskill has it tipped away, but it's going to be a foul there. Reach in by Nordling, excuse me. And here we see Ellie Castle come back in. Taylor Sanders going to take a break, but again, Sanders with some quality minutes, has 4 rebounds in this one. Long pass from the baseline comes out to Rangel with just about 6 minutes left in the game. 15-point lead still for the Thunder. Rangel inside, and another foul called against the Thunder, and that's how they're going to add up quickly here. They'll be in the bonus.
Wheaton with 4 fouls already, with just over 6 minutes left in this game.
Rangel gets wide open in the corner for a 3 that she promptly knocks down. And a timeout called. Looks like by Carroll here, as the lead is brought down to 12. And the Thunder have kept a good amount of distance here throughout this game. Once they took a lead, have kind of maintained it right around that double-digit mark between 10 and 12 points. But really, with 6 minutes left, Carroll could really get a run going here and do some damage. It's certainly not an insurmountable lead by any means.
If Wheaton gets stopped up at all, we could definitely see Carroll with some momentum here. I've been really impressed with Wheaton's ability to continually readjust their game plan. We saw at the very beginning of this game, getting the ball to Tate, that wasn't producing what they were looking for right away. They started trying to just put the ball in down in the post. We saw them space the floor a little bit more as the game went on, as Carroll would adjust their defense to that. In these last few minutes, we've seen Wheaton really focusing on a lot of cutting and getting some open shooters through just some really great passing. Carroll has been a little bit more one-dimensional on the offensive side this game. That was one of their only 3-point attempts that we've seen, and they're going to need to take some more big shots like that to really take down this Wheaton lead.
You see them swarming already on defense, trying to trap the ball. Hermanson hesitates for a moment from the corner, but the ball comes back out to her off the missed shot. Now Sickink inside. Gets all the way to the hoop. Unguarded before Castle is able to follow up her missed shot with a rebound and a putback.
You know, in the minutes that Castle's had in, she's really been a difference maker on the offensive end, cleaning up after some misses, grabbing that offensive rebound and not hesitating to put that ball right back up.
And an offensive foul going to be called there. Or excuse me, just foot is on the line. You saw the back heel there. Is this one going to remain in Thunder possession as it's knocked away right in front of us here at the table? 5 minutes and 24 seconds to go here as Halverson trying really hard to take that ball away as Sickink almost loses it. Now Castle's down low. Has to get it out. Has lost her dribble. Got to find someone to go to. Tate streaks inside the lane. Puts up the shot, but Castle is right there to clean up on the glass. No one boxes out.
Another offensive rebound proving to turn into points for Ellie Castle.
And that pass just going to go harmlessly out of bounds. That's the high-low feed there that Carroll's looking to work in, trying to get it to Berndt, but just not able to connect on that pass there. It results in a turnover. Hermanson escapes a trap here in the corner. Tate puts up a mid-range jump shot that's no good. Rebound comes out to Paulskill. Paulskill is taking it up the floor. Is blocked by the Thunder, and Swider wants to run it the other way. Swider to Tate. Inside, working some space and gets fouled. She'll head to the line for two off the foul by Berndt, and that's Berndt's fifth foul.
Great defense into offense moment. That momentum shifting defensive stop by Hermanson on one end turns into a fast break with a foul, hoping that turns into some points for Annie Tate here. Great hustle from the team on both ends of the floor.
Tate good on the first. Berndt has to take a seat there. Her fifth foul of the night. She has fouled out here in this one. 2 points and 3 rebounds for her in 18 minutes of play. Tate good for both free throws. Extends the lead up to 18 points. The largest we've seen with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Rangel crossing over, working to her left, trying to get to the baseline. She does. Circles around underneath the hoop. Gets it up top. 3-point try is no good. Almost racing in to grab her own rebound was Foster, but ripped away there by the Thunder. Hermanson hands off to Sickink. Sickink inside. Kicking back out to Hermanson now. Castle has it in the corner. Finds a cutting Sickink inside, but Thompson reaching over with that large wingspan and knocking that one away for a good block. Roner, no good on the shot, but a foul going to be committed there by Hermanson as Thompson tried to bring the rebound down. Just like that, they're in the bonus. And what we knew was likely going to happen here has happened with 3 minutes and 35 seconds left. A lot of time to shoot free throws here. Unfortunately, Carroll just not able to take advantage, shooting just 50% from the free throw line. With that one there, it's 6 for 12 on the night. And interestingly enough, Carroll comes into the game with a better free throw percentage than the Thunder. They're shooting 75% on the season compared to the Thunder's 68%. But tonight, the script has been flipped as the Thunder 12 for 13, good for 92% from the line compared to 6 for 12 for Carroll. Castle inside, a great pass to Sickink, but she's not able to follow it up there with the layup. Rangel into the corner. 3-point try is good there by Roner. And the Thunder just trying to get the ball in quickly and catch the Carroll press off guard. Sikink able to work it across midcourt, dump it down to Castle, but it's stolen away by the Pioneers. Good block right there by Castle. Able to cleanly take that one away from Foster. Wide open, Sikink, three-point try, no good. Castle's there for the rebound and a block there by Thompson. I think we're starting to see things break down on the Carroll end defensively. Now there's another block by Swider. That's 3 possessions in a row for these two teams that have ended in blocks. Coach Madsen calls a timeout, and I've got to believe that this is a timeout for substitution purposes. It could be wrong there, but with a 15-point lead with only 2 minutes left, it seems like that could be the reason here. Carroll has been trying to work their way back, but just haven't been able to stop the Thunder scoring. The Thunder, a good job of just quelling any sort of comeback that the Pioneers may have been trying to make, and have held on to that consistent lead, double-digit lead, since they first overtook it in the first quarter.
Yeah, Carroll's had a few moments where it seems like the momentum was starting to shift towards them, but it seems like every time that that's happened, Wheaton has made a play, whether on the offensive or defensive end, that kind of returns the pendulum into their favor. Still have seen some impressive shots from Carroll, 2 big three-pointers from Rangel, but as the game continues to go on here, it looks like it may end up being a little too late.
That ball goes out of bounds. It'll still be the Thunder ball, and the only substitution Coach Madsen makes there is returning Lily Schwen to the game. Again, she's been in a little bit of foul trouble, as she picked up 3 early fouls, but she's back in the game here for the final 2 minutes. Now we see Annika Richardson coming back into the game. Annie Tate checking out for what will likely be the last time tonight. 12 points on the night, 2 3-pointers, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block for her. .11 seconds on the shot clock as the Thunder try to get it back in. They're going to have to get to the basket fast. We'll see if Nordling knows that. She gets it in the corner to Hermanson, who gets one off with plenty of time to go. And Hermanson's 3 is good. Her first in the night. She was 0 for 3 prior to that, but does a nice job to knock down the open look from the corner. Thompson under the hoop, scoops that one through. Good job on the reverse layup. And Rangel coming up with the steal there with the full court pressure. Deep 3-point try. That one off the front of the rim by Wixer. And now we see a foul there by Carroll. And got to hand it to Carroll, certainly not giving up here, trying to work for those steals.
Yeah, we saw some impressive awareness from Thompson on that under the basket finish. She knew exactly where she was without having to look up. And then they turned a what looked like was going to be another Wheaton possession into a steal. Unfortunately, they couldn't convert that into a full offensive sequence, but they're continuing to play with physicality here.
Richardson is fouled there. That's going to be the 5th team foul for the Pioneers, so she will head to the line with 1 minute and 9 seconds to go. Got some news and a final score from the men's game that's going on between Wheaton and Carroll right now. The Thunder earning a commanding 81-57 lead over the Pioneers. That will push the Thunder to 8-1 on the year, picking up another conference victory. Offensive rebound there on the missed free throw by Richardson. It comes back over to Schwen. Schwen has Hermanson and now Nordling. Taking a look up at the clock, has a minute left. 7 seconds on the shot clock, but that one's thrown away by Schwen. Rangel up the floor, has it taken away, and she's fouled. So she'll head to the line, and this is the point in the game where those fouls really start to get you just in terms of slowing things down. If you're Carroll, that's what you want. But the Thunder just trying to escape this one without really anything eventful happening. Paris Cheney going to check into the game, number 3 for the Thunder. Free throws made there by Rangel, and Rangel has kind of quietly worked her way up to the second leading scorer on this Carroll team tonight. Doing a nice job here, knocking down both free throws, and that will actually put her over top of Roner. 14 points for Rangel on 5 of 7 shooting tonight. Working in and off the bench role here. Number 5, Bryn Durrill has also checked in for the Thunder. Schwen gets caught in front of the bench there, and Coach Madsen calls a timeout. He just wants to save his team there from a turnover. 37.6 seconds to go now. Both teams in the bonus here. Now any foul going to result in shots for both sides. Number 14, Lauren Soik, going to come in. Looks like checking in for the Pioneers. Both teams getting a couple players in here at the end that haven't seen any action yet. But as we look down the stat line, some impressive performances on both sides. It's Castle who currently leads the Thunder with 14 points, 9 rebounds, just one shy of a double-double here, 2 blocks as well. Big night for Castle, and Tate again left the game just moments ago with 12 points on 4 of 15 shooting with 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Sickink trails behind now, 9 points of her own, 5 of 6 points from the free throw line. Nice job of her from knocking those down all night. You see Carroll out and ready to go on the floor. Schwen is going to inbound from right in front of the Thunder bench. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Thunder get it into Richardson. Richardson works to her left, puts up the shot. It's no good. That one stolen away by the Pioneers. 30 seconds to go now as Evans pushes up the floor. Wixer, pump fake, gets it over to Halverson. Halverson now over to Paulskill. Back up top, Halverson in the corner now to Wixer. 13 seconds on the shot clock, just 1 second differential. Halverson inside the lane, puts up a shot, and it's good from the hip. Clock will stop at 7.7 seconds. The Thunder throw it away, though. So it looks like the final possession of the game will be in the hands of the Pioneers as we see the final substitute of tonight's game. Sam Shallow comes in for Carroll. And 5 seconds to go now. Carroll looking to get up one final shot. Comes into Shallow, hands back off to Halverson. 2 seconds left now. Fires up a shot that is short. And the Thunder hold on to win this one inside King Arena. 62-50 here, picking up another conference victory, their second of the year. The Thunder will move to 9-1 and 2-1 in the CCIW. Carroll will drop to 5-2 and 0-2 in conference play. Josh, really not the same game that we saw, at least in the first 4 or 5 minutes of this one. If that was going to be any indication of what the game was going to look like, Carroll certainly would have ran away with this one, but the Thunder do a nice job to come back and really command control ever since they take the lead there late in the first quarter. Able to adjust the game plan multiple times to what sort of defensive looks Carroll put up against them, and ultimately coming away with a pretty nice win here, 62-50.
Yep, and I think the big story, the big difference maker that we saw here tonight was fouls, and ultimately the free throws. We saw Wheaton shoot a really great percentage from the line. They were 12 for 15 in tonight's game from the free throw line, while Carroll was 9 for 15. That number significantly bumped up by Rangel. She got fouled quite a few times in this final quarter, bumped that number up, but Carroll at quite a few points was shooting just around that 50% mark from the free throw line. And over the course of a whole game, especially when we see both teams getting the bonus at multiple points, that's a real big game changer.
The Thunder are going to move on next to face off against Illinois Wesleyan. That's a home game on the 11th. It'll start at 5 p.m. That's this upcoming Saturday. Make sure to tune in on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network for the broadcast of that game. For everyone here at WTSN, I'm Abram Erickson alongside Josh Beisel. Thanks for joining us tonight. We hope to see you back on WTSN soon. Have a good night.